For the longest time, the Security Operations Center, the SOC, has been the command center for enterprise cybersecurity. But that world is changing, and it's changing fast. The way we defend ourselves is on the verge of a massive, disruptive shift. And frankly, the old way of doing things is becoming obsolete right before our eyes. So let's get into what's driving this huge evolution.
So what's really going on here? Why is this model that has protected businesses for years suddenly, breaking down? That's the big question we're tackling today, and trust me, the answer is a major wake-up call for pretty much everyone.
And it really all starts with this one number, 70%. Now, this isn't just some small trend we're talking about. It's a seismic shift that experts are seeing on the horizon.
That's right. By 2027, which is just around the corner, the vast majority of big companies are expected to ditch their traditional human-led security centers. We're not talking about a simple upgrade here. This is a full-on replacement. And it's all being driven by a desperate need for more speed, more intelligence, and a way to get out from under the crushing weight of manual work.
Okay, so to really get why this revolution is happening, we first have to understand why the old way of doing things, that traditional SOC, is failing so badly. And it all boils down to a few fundamental problems with how it operates in the modern world.
The number one problem? It's speed. It's a race that humans just can't win anymore. You see, modern attacks can break in and do their damage in minutes, sometimes even seconds. But a human-led investigation? Well, that takes hours, and more often than not, days. By the time an analyst can even confirm a real threat, the game is already over.
And you know what makes it even worse? Security teams aren't just fighting bad guys, they're fighting noise. Their systems are screaming at them with thousands of alerts every single day. And the reality is, a tiny, tiny fraction of those are real threats. This leads to this debilitating alert fatigue, where your human defenders are so buried in false alarms that they eventually miss the one alert that actually matters.
So it's not just one thing. It's this whole cascade of failures. We're way too dependent on human analysts who are already in short supply. Because of that, investigations are painfully slow, and that alert fatigue is burning out the people we do have. Plus, these old systems have huge blind spots in the cloud, and to top it all off, running a 24/7 team like this is just incredibly, unsustainably expensive.
But as the old model starts to crumble, a new one is rising up to take its place. And this didn't happen overnight. It's been an evolution, step by step.
If you look back, this journey happened in stages. We started with the old-school, completely manual SOC. Then, we got a little smarter and added some basic automation, but a person still had to sign off on everything. Stage 3 was the big bridge, where we started using AI and machine learning to get better at spotting things. And that brings us to, right now, Stage 4, the Autonomous SOC, where AI isn't just spotting threats, it's actually making the decisions.
So what exactly is an autonomous SOC? Well, at its core, it's a system that's built to handle the overwhelming majority. We're talking 80 to 95% of all security work without a human ever needing to get involved. It automates the whole shebang, from finding a threat to investigating it and all the way to shutting it down. This frees up the human experts to focus only on the most complex, strategic problems.
Now, I know this might sound a bit like science fiction, but it's all powered by very real and very powerful technology. So let's pull back the curtain and take a look at how the AI brain behind this thing actually works.
Think of it as a 4-part system working together. First, you've got a hyper-automation architecture that basically pulls all of your different security tools into one single coordinated workflow. Next, the AI correlation engine acts as the brain. It sifts through billions of data points to connect the dots and find threats a human would literally never see. Third, the autonomous response engine is the hands. It takes immediate action like quarantining a laptop or blocking a user, no approval needed. And finally, you have large language models that come in and write up the investigation reports automatically, saving analysts hours and hours of paperwork.
All right, so we've seen how it works. But what's the payoff? What are the results of this new model? Well, they are nothing short of transformative. The numbers really do speak for themselves. First up, a 99% reduction in alert noise. You remember that soul-crushing alert fatigue we talked about? With this, it's pretty much gone. The AI just filters out all the junk, so the human experts only see what actually matters.
So, with all that noise gone, the system can focus on speed. And that hours to days response time? The autonomous SOC gets it down to under 60 seconds. A threat is found, analyzed, and contained before it has a chance to spread.
Now you're probably thinking, okay, faster and smarter, this must be crazy expensive, right? Actually, no. Organizations that make the switch are seeing 40 to 60% in annual savings. Automation just radically reduces the need for huge teams and dozens of expensive tools.
You add all of that up, and what do you get? A jaw-dropping 15-fold improvement in the overall efficiency of the security team. They can do so much more with so much less manual effort. It's a total game changer.
I mean, just look at this side-by-side comparison. The difference is just stark. Across every single metric, from response time and cost to accuracy and coverage, the autonomous model isn't just a little better, it's a quantum leap forward. The traditional SOC just can't compete. It's not even a fair fight anymore.
So that brings us to the big question. Why is all of this happening right now? Why is 2027 the year that this tech is predicted to go from being a niche idea to the new global standard? Well, it's basically a perfect storm of different forces all converging at once. We've got a massive shortage of cybersecurity talent, so we can't just hire our way out of this problem. The bad guys are now using AI to build their attacks, so we need AI to fight back. Almost every business runs in the cloud now, which old tools can't properly see. And on top of all that, leaders are under huge pressure to cut costs and meet much tougher regulations. This shift isn't just a good idea anymore. It's become an absolute necessity.
And this quote from the source material just perfectly sums it all up. The conversation isn't about if a company should make this change. It's a race. The real question is, how fast can you move to an automated defense before the automated attackers get an unbeatable head start?
Which really leaves us with one final, crucial thought to chew on. In a world where cyber attacks are being built and launched by AI, can we really afford for our defense to be purely human? All the evidence suggests the answer is a clear and resounding no. The future of cybersecurity is here, and it's autonomous.